Oh, I was just sick 3 times. Oh man. Welcome back everyone. You join me on the beautiful shores of Loch Lomond, around 35 miles into the West Highland Way. Just over here is a beautiful but very loud waterfall, and here is Loch Lomond. Starting to brighten up over in that direction, and yeah, I'm really excited for this. Let's do it. Really is nice. You can see all the way over to the other side of Loch Lomond, and this is the Inversned Hotel, and I think I'm heading off in this direction, following the shores of Loch Lomond. So a few months ago I attempted this trail. I got 2 days in and unfortunately I got really sick, so I decided to stop, but I've returned with around 65 miles left to go, and I'm going to give it another shot. I've seen many people say that this is actually the toughest part of the trail. You've just got pretty rough terrain and loads of ups and downs, but if the views are like that the whole way, then you won't see me complaining. Not too bad so far this part, but because there is loads of ups and downs, I've really warmed up, so I've had to take off my jacket. It's actually only, I think, 3 degrees Celsius, which isn't very warm, and it's to get colder, I think, down to like -1 tonight. But yeah, definitely feels warmer. That's not a bad view at all, is it? All the way down the loch to the snow-covered mountains in the distance, which I'll be passing on this trail. What a view that is. Oh, wow. There's a huge tree blocking the path. I can't go under it, I can't go over it, so I need to try and find a way around it. This is super boggy and squelchy though. Oh, horrible. I thought this might be an issue on this trail. A few weeks ago we had the worst storm we've had in over 27 years. So I think there might be quite a lot of fallen trees on this path. Oh, I made it. Hopefully we don't bump into too many more fallen trees like that. Tight fit. See if I can squeeze through here. Oh, my bag. Oh. My bag did not want to come through with me there. That was definitely a tight squeeze. I think these fallen trees are making this section even more difficult than it already is. Interesting. Someone's left a shoe behind. Maybe we'll find them hopping along further along the trail. The plot thickens. There's their sock. So not only do they not have a shoe, but they're also barefoot. Maybe someone's transitioning into a monk as they make their way along, so they're just slowly discarding all their belongings. I doubt it, to be honest. But you can see the sun has made an appearance, which is ideal. It's definitely warmed the place up a little bit. It's opened up quite a bit now. That is really nice. And I think I can almost see the end of Loch Lomond just in the distance there. It won't be too long till we're past the loch. I'm really enjoying this section. It's just so peaceful, and there's loads of streams coming off the side of this hill. And obviously you've got the loch to your left. Yeah, it's really peaceful so far. Wow, that was a steep staircase. It sort of curves as well. Look how steep that is. But that is really cool and a lot easier than scrambling up the rocks. This is a really cool bridge right after it as well. I'm actually in the splash zone right now. Right, let's move, I'm getting soaked. Looks like there's a wee bothy here, run by the Mountain Bothy Association. Let's have a look inside. Oh, that's stuff. Whew. That's dark. Just one room by the looks of it. A nice campfire over there with plenty of wood. And it's actually come at the right time because it's raining out there now. Right, I think it's time for me to just brace the rain. Shut this bothy behind me. Yeah, it's a bit lighter now, but that was a really good spot for a break. Nice bothy. Right, let's do it. Head further along the trail. I'm not too sure how many bothies there are in the West Highland Way, but I know there's at least 2 on this Loch Lomond section. And for anyone that doesn't know what a bothy is, it's basically just an old building that's been built up and kept good by an amazing group of volunteers known as the Mountain Bothy Association. And they maintain it throughout the year, and it provides a place for people doing the trail to shelter and even sleep if the weather's really bad. It really is a good thing. And look at these views. Every so often I get a little period of rain, but when the rain stops, it is absolutely stunning. Oh, that's pretty interesting. If you want to stay in a hotel, there's pretty much nothing on this side of Loch Lomond other than the Inversned, which is all the way back there. But they run a ferry from just down there across the loch to the hotel on the other side. It only runs from April to October, so I can't get it unfortunately. Just the tent for me tonight. That's the rain back on. It is Scotland after all. The weather changes every 5 minutes. Saying that, there are some blue skies up ahead, so there's still hope. And look at these views. Bit of elevation now, and the views are even better. I have just passed by Benglass campsite, and I tell you what, it was really tempting to stay there. They've got like wee sort of hut things that are pretty cool, and you can also pitch your tent. It's been raining for the past, I don't know, maybe hour and a half. So I've just been getting my head down and getting the miles in. And we've still got about 2.5 hours until sunset. So I'll continue for now and then probably look for a camp spot in a few hours. not seen too many signs, but here is the West Highland Way sign, the thistle. But the track is pretty easy to follow. Don't think you're gonna get lost. Nice wee gate here. Looks like an easy one as well. Can't complain. And this doesn't actually look very mountainous, but in the far distance, past those pylons, sort of in between them, that looks like clouds, but it's actually a snow-covered mountain. That looks really cool. I am very quickly losing the light. I'm heading sort of down into that glen there. So I think I'll just make my way into this forest and see if I can find a spot to camp. Well, I've got some food on. Nothing fancy, I'm just having noodles just to save weight. But I ended up going quite a bit further than I expected there. I hiked a good few miles in the dark and pitched up in the dark. I just couldn't really find any good spots, so I just kept on going and going, and then eventually I found this really good spot. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy these noodles and I'll see you for some more hiking in the morning. Good morning everyone, I'm up and back on the trail. That was a great spot last night. I'm surprised I managed to find it in the dark. It was nice and flat and I had the river beside me, so it was just quite peaceful. I slept quite well. And today I'm heading towards a village called Tyndrum, and it's going to be the first sort of big village of this section of the trail. And I think it's only about a mile or two away, so not too far at all. Got a wee information sign here. Oh, that's got to be the coolest name for a loch-in ever. The loch-in of the lost sword. Apparently Robert the Bruce and his army threw their weapons into that loch-in. That's really cool if it's true. I was just reading up on it there, and apparently it wasn't actually this loch-in that the weapons got dumped in. It was one sort of like further down, but for some reason the legend is that it is that loch-in, maybe because it's better looking than the other one or something like that. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. And you can see why they chose this loch-in. It is beautiful. Got the sun coming up over there. Snow-covered mountains. Blue skies. Couldn't ask for much more. Up into the woods it seems. It's just quite a peaceful wee bit next to the river, and it looks like some sort of holiday village over there. It's a great spot. I think it may be the cold making these gates so stiff. Close up behind me. Wow. Look at those views. That is absolutely amazing. Just a wall of cloud. And where I'm heading looks something else as well. Snow-covered mountains. I've just left behind Tyndrum, the little village, and it was really quiet, but I managed to drop the kids off at the pool, if you know what I mean. So I'd say that was a success. A bit of cloud forming on the mountain ahead of me now as well. And I've actually been up this one before. I think it might be Ben Oder or Orr, and that one over there is Ben Doran. But I can't get over those views behind me. That wall of cloud looks pretty menacing. The trail has been really easy to follow so far. The signage has been really good, and other than that section at Loch Lomond, the quality of the path has been great. I would agree that that's probably the hardest section of the trail, so far anyway, but I think the paths just get better and better from here on. I like the fact that the paths get better from here on, because it means you don't need to focus on what you're doing, and instead you can focus on this incredible scenery. So many gates. You really can make quick progress on these paths. I think I've already done about 6 or 7 miles today, and it hasn't felt like it's taken me that long. And the next village, I'm not even sure if you can call it a village, but the next settlement I'm passing through is Bridge of Orchy, which is, I think, 3 or 4 miles away. So I'm sure I'll be there in no time. Well, it might take a while, to be fair, if there's many more gates. I feel like I've passed through 47 of these today. What a lovely day it's turned out to be. I feel really grateful to be getting this sort of weather in winter, because it's really not common in Scotland. I've just been following farm tracks for quite a while. The railway line is just down there, and then the road is just beyond it. That glen is absolutely stunning down there. And I think that might be Bridge of Orchy just down there, so not too far at all. I've just realised that must be Glen Orchy. I don't know how I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but if you've seen my previous video, I was camped at a loch-in up in those mountains, and I think that hill just there would have been the little hill that I climbed. That's pretty cool. I think this is the official Bridge of Orchy right here. This is the River Orchy, and that's the village in there. Really picturesque. And then I think this is looking north, which is the direction I'm going. Let's do it. About 200 meters of elevation ahead of me, which is going to be pretty tough. But I'd imagine the views are going to be pretty amazing up here. There's actually quite a lot of elevation in this trail. There's no big one-off climbs, other than I think the Devil's Staircase might be the biggest one, which I'll be doing tomorrow. But there's just like 100 or 200 meters here and there, and it all adds up. I'm definitely feeling it a little bit in my legs now. Another gate. Not too bad, that one. Oh, I thought this was the top. How stupid of me. I'm going all the way up there. Oh yes, I've reached the top. I think it's 360 metres above sea level, and that was well and truly worth the climb. I don't even know what direction to look in. Beautiful snow-covered mountains in that direction, and then Loch Tulla down here, and then back towards the Bridge of Orchy Monroes, and I came from that direction over there. Oh, what a place. Oh, I think I've earned myself a break. Pretty much been at it since I started this morning. I've just passed the Inveroran Hotel, which looks quite nice, and it looks like I've got a few miles of road walking now. I wonder if that counts as seeing another person on the trail. I know they were in a car, but they were actually on the trail. If it does, then that's the second person I've seen. Yes. It's weird seeing it this quiet, to be honest. Another wee information thing here. What's it talking about? Just the roads. I'm now going to be following the military roads. This geezer here was commissioned in 1803 to build them. Cheers, fella. And they went out of use in 1933. Quite a while ago. But it's still in pretty good condition. Really quite a peaceful section. Views are something else. You got Loch Tulla down there. Bridge of Orchy back in that direction. I mean, what a view that is. I wonder if this is a viewpoint or a camp spot. Let's see. It's just a viewpoint. Really nice viewpoint. There's a wee lock in there. That is nice. And the sun is just gone behind those hills over there. So I think I'll head along a little bit and then probably look for a camp spot. Well, the sunset was 15 minutes ago. I've had my dinner and sorted everything out in my tent, and I tell you what, it is a lot colder tonight than it was yesterday. I managed to find a really good spot, nice and flat, got the river as the water source. Sun was setting in that direction with the mountains in the background. Couldn't really ask for much more, to be honest. And the views in this direction aren't too bad either. This is looking down over Rannochmoor, and then these are the Bridge of Orchy Monroes in the background. Something else. Not a bad view to wake up to. Good morning everyone, another beautiful day on the trail. I've been so lucky with the weather so far. Last night was extremely cold. I think it got down to about -5 degrees Celsius, but it felt even colder than that. So I struggled to get much sleep, but I'm up and ready for another day on the trail. And I tell you what, it's not much warmer this morning. Pretty much blue skies all around with the odd clouds. And this is looking down over Rannoch Moor with the sun rising just over there. Really nice. And I was camping at a wee bridge just over there. Quite a nice spot. Looks like I've got a bit of incline to start the day off. That sun is just feeding me with energy right now. So nice and warm. I wish it stayed out more often in the winter. I think I'm working with about 9 hours of sunlight. I think it rises at 8 o'clock and sets at like 4:30, 5ish, which is not actually too bad. But when you're doing a trail like this, you've got a lot of miles to do, so it means you can't really take many breaks whilst you're hiking. But to be honest, I don't really mind. I get to have a long break when I reach my tent, so it's not too bad. A lot more frost and it's quite slippery underfoot. Definitely tell it was a lot colder last night, but I'm not too far from the highest point of this incline. Oh wow, there it is. Unbelievable. That is the most photographed mountain in Scotland, known as Buccleuch Moor. Look at it, it's just stunning. The Devil's Ridge is just there where those trees are. You sort of go up there, and that down there is the King's House Hotel, which I'm heading towards. Oh, that view is just ridiculous. And the views off in this direction aren't too bad either. That's the first sign I've seen in a while. That way takes you to the Glencoe Ski Centre, just beyond those trees, and I think there's like camping pods and stuff there. But I'm heading in this direction. I've just left the busy road behind, crossed it just over there, and I'm heading towards the Buccleuch. I can't get over that, it really is something else. And these other mountains are pretty cool as well. I've actually camped on that one before, and you get the view over to the Buccleuch. Yeah, this place is pretty special. It's really quiet all of a sudden now that I'm away from that road, and it's nice and peaceful. You might be able to see the King's House Hotel just behind me there. So I've left that behind, and it was really tempting to go in because it was nice and warm in there, but oh well. I'll keep hiking in the cold. I haven't seen too many camping spots on this stretch, but what a spot that would be. You can see a little fire pit. Got the views towards those mountains. And then that view. Pretty amazing. I've left the military road behind, just back in that direction. You can probably see the main road just down there. Oh, this place. I'm just in awe. Incredible. This direction is looking towards Glencoe, but I'm going to be cutting up to the right, up the Devil's Staircase. So yeah, I'm not too far from that now. Views down towards Glen Cove really opened up now. I think this Devil's Staircase incline takes me up to about 550 metres above sea level, so fairly high, but because I'm in Glencoe I'm starting off at like 300, so it's only actually 250 metres of ascent, which isn't actually too bad. A bit closer to the road now. Here marks the start of the Devil's Staircase. Upwards we go. This is going to be brutal, but at least I know once I'm up there it's mostly downhill after that. And look at the views behind me. What a place, what a place. It's just up there, not too bad. Oh yes, I have reached the top of the Devil's Staircase. That was tough work. I'm heading off in that direction. Looks pretty insane. And round here is where I've come from. Oh man, these views are just ridiculous. And that right there is the tallest mountain in Scotland, Ben Nevis. What a view. Man, that feels so good to reach this point. That was pretty tough going towards the end there, and I think it's mostly downhill from here on. I don't really have time to hang about, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna start heading towards Kinlochleven. A lot more snowy on this side. I'm guessing that's just because it gets less sunlight, but I've actually run out of water, so I'm gonna see if I can get some further down. Man, this downhill feels nice though. That is me topped up with 1 litre of water, so that should last me at least until I get to this next village. And it's filtered from a mountain stream, so it should be nice and fresh. Very steep descent. I've found a wee sort of wooded area to pitch the tent. You can see it's still soaking from yesterday. Just got loads of frost on it. Don't really know how to get around that. But as you can see, Kinlochleven is just over there. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading in that direction. Ideally, I would have pitched a little bit further away from a settlement, because I'm literally like a 5-minute walk. But I think it's pretty steep from there on, so I wouldn't really find anything. So yeah, I'll take it. Not too bad a spot. Starting off the day straight into an incline. which is tough. I'm leaving behind Kinloch Leaving, just back in that direction. You can see the sun rising over there. And Kinloch Leaving is at sea level, and I'm going up to, I think, 300 metres. So this might actually be the biggest climb of the trail. Sort of levelled out, which is nice. And it looks like there's another camp spot there. That would have been a really good spot. Slightly higher up, over Kinloch Leaving. And it's quite cloudy, but the sun is trying to get through. That is really nice. Skies are clearing up ahead, which is promising for today's weather. And look at that view. That's something else. That's Loch Leaving, and that mountain is the Pap of Glencoe. Really cool shape. And then back to the village I've just come from. Absolutely amazing. I think I'll try and look for a wee stream to fill up my water. I didn't want to fill it up down the bottom because then I'd have to carry it all the way up here. But the map says that there's a little stream up ahead, so I suppose we'll see. I think this is the little stream just up here. Oh, it's actually a bit more than a little stream. An oasis. Perfect. Water is acquired. That was an ideal wee spot. You can definitely feel the weight straight away in the pack though. It is a heavy boy. This glen is really opened up now. You can see where I'm going all the way in the distance. That is really nice. The views have also opened up towards the Anach Egach Ridge, the narrowest ridge on mainland Britain. That's pretty impressive. How satisfying was that ice crunch? This is the high point, so it looks like it's mostly downhill from here on. Can't see a cairn or anything like that. I thought there would be, but doesn't seem to be. But there's a ruin just up ahead, so I'm gonna go and check that out. Sorry, bro. Keep chilling. I'm just making my way by. Let's see what's inside. Bit of a mess in there. What about this other room? Nah, nothing in there as well. This would be an amazing spot for a bothy. It's a shame that it's a bit of a mess now. The actual walls are still in decent condition, so you could turn it into a bothy. That's pretty cool though. Quite icy up ahead. You can imagine a farmer living here hundreds of years ago though. And look at those views. Mountains on his doorstep. Got another gate here. I wonder how many I've actually been through. Feels like so many. This one's got stickers from all the people that have hiked the West Highland Way. Easy roads don't lead to exceptional places. I couldn't agree more. Loud. It's been pretty easy going so far today. I've just been following this wide track for a good few miles. And again, I'm so lucky with the weather. Look at all these blue skies. That is so rare in Scotland, especially in winter. I cannot complain. This is the first information thing I've seen in a while. It's just talking about the Battle of Inverlochy, which I think was 1 mile north of Fort William. Really nice views. Got a wee map here though, so I am right there, Ben Nevis and Fort William. So not too far. Really nice views. There she is, Ben Nevis. Absolutely huge. And the top of it is just in the cloud, like it usually is. Which means just over this lump here must be Glen Nevis, which I'm going to be heading in and I think going to the left. Oofed. That is some view. I've actually only got about 7 miles left of the trail. I feel like today's gone really fast. I don't know why. Look at that view behind me. Unbelievable. But I've got, I think, around 3 hours until sunset. So I should have plenty of time to get to Fort William and the end of the West Highland Way. First I need to make my way down through Glen Nevis. But with views up to Ben Nevis to my right, blue skies in front of me, it's not a bad view to descend to, is it? There we are, the first sign for Fort William. Not long now. Well, I am very nearly at the end of the trail, and what an adventure it's been. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm now going to make my way into Fort William and have the biggest feast you can imagine. I can't wait. So the West Highland Way is done, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.